Hey guys, welcome back to the Wind Waker walkthrough. Last time I completed the Forsaken Fortress, and this time, here we are on Windfall Island. We'll be visiting this place a few times throughout our adventure here. Mainly for now, there are a few things to do. Although in the last video, the King of Red Lions said there is no time to play, there are a few side quests we can do here, as well as parts for the main quest. But first of all that stuff is optional. If you really just want to do everything, then I'm gonna go buy the sale here. You can leave right after you buy the sale. None of this is really required. It's all just really for 100%ing the game, which is what I said I would do in this walkthrough. So this guy here, he's the shop guru here, and as you can see, well, he's going to be telling you a strange story, and eventually he will prompt to sell you a sail for your boat. It'll be about 80 rupees. Now if you for whatever reason don't happen to have 80 rupees at this point, you can just run around, slash through grass, break jars, just walk around the town. You'll eventually be able to get rupees. As you can see, I've got 165, so that's definitely more than enough that I'll need. It would be a good point to gather rupees in this part of the game too, because there are a couple side quests that are a bit rupee grinders. They're a bit of rupee grinders, but they are definitely, I'd say, worth it in the end if you are going for a 100% completion of this game. So the sale is 80 rupees. You could technically leave the island now and skip to the end of the video, but what we're actually going to be doing, I'm going to be completing all the other necessary, unnecessary side quests. I don't know, you be the judge. So there's a rupee in that jar in that bush if you want to see it. Now the first place to go to is in here actually. This is the cannonball minigame, and I gotta say, it's one of my least favorite side quests in probably the entire Legend of Zelda franchise. You can get up here and get 30 rupees just by hopping up there. Now it's my least favorite because essentially what this is it's sort of like Battleship, like the board game, but in the Legend of Zelda. Well, actually, that's not even a good way to describe it. I actually like Battleship in real life, but I don't like it in this game because it's pure chance, and there are two prizes you can win. There's a treasure chart and a piece of heart, both of which are required for 100% completion, but neither of which are actually required in order to beat the game. But I will be getting both, and I actually was not even able to successfully do it my first time recording. I was sitting here trying to do it for about 15 minutes, and I was just getting really frustrated because I hate this minigame. So the basics, he gives you 24 cannonballs, and the highest record is 20, and you have to shoot this board. I said it's like Battleship, and you have to kill these squid, these giant squid here. I have a lot of cuts in this video. Here's my successful attempt, and yeah, look at it. It's essentially like Battleship. You press the A button to make your shot, and as you can see here, it's just pure chance. There's really no way of figuring out where they are because these are all random. But thankfully, I was able to do it, and it is really hard to do. I did it in just 18 cannonballs. Now, I'm sorry, there really is no easy way. It's completely random every time. There are no patterns. You're going to get frustrated. You're going to hate it, but as you can see, I did it in under 20, and so he's got... I like this guy. He's got all these cards here to represent characters. So the first time you do it, I got a treasure chart, and if you break the record, which is what I did, you will get a piece of heart. And so he will notice that I broke the record too. So, see that? He said I broke a record. So, if you manage to do that, even if you get 19, you will still break the record, and he will give you a piece of heart as well. Now that's pretty fun, and that is all we can do here, so that'll be it. If you really want to play this more, you can. I don't know why you would, but you can if you really want to. But I'm just going to be leaving and going on to the next side quest. So that was the most annoying side quest probably in this game. And over in this room now, you're going to want to make sure this is a side quest for your picto box, or your pictograph box. They call it the Picto Box in this game, I think. So this guy right here, he has his own little shop or his own little, well, studio display. I don't know what you call it. But this guy, he's obsessed with Picto Boxes and taking pictographs. So this is essentially a photographer in this game. So if you walk upstairs, you can see there are all these paintings and they have different things on it. And these are all different locations that we will be visiting throughout the game. This room itself really doesn't have too much significance, but well, it's just pretty interesting. Like, you don't actually have to return here. You can gaze upon each picture on the wall, and he'll give you different information regarding each of them, which is pretty neat. Some of the places you will be familiar with, and some of those, of course, you won't. Like, there's a picture of the Forsaken Fortress here, and there's also a picture of Outset Island. Both places which we've already been. And there are also enemies here as well. You can use the C-stick to look around and gaze upon them, but it's not actually important. This guy has a side quest of his own. So what you want to do is just exit and re-enter, and then that will trigger the side quest to actually start up. So as you can see, I just exited and re-entered. And this is not even... I don't think this is even required for 100%ing the game. It'll give you a joy pendant, but I will still be showing you how to do it. I was actually very disappointed the first time I did it and thought, oh, it's just a joy pendant, that's it. Well, I thought that it would give me something else. But anyways, he is going to ask us favors here, and basically what he does, this is a side quest. I just call it the pictograph side quest, mainly because that's what it does. It uses our Picto Box, and we have to take pictures of certain situations and then show them to this guy. It's almost like stalking, as if this were real life. So this is optional. It's for a joy pendant, as I said before, but I will still be showing you how to do it. And we are his assistant. So the first one, there's this man outside. His name's Garrickson, and he has a love letter to deliver in the post box. So essentially what we have to do is we have to I hate wording it like this, but it's what we're doing. We have to stalk him and take a picture of him putting the letter in the post box. Now you're probably wondering, well, how are we supposed to do that? I'm gonna show you once we come out here. Once you're done, just go outside, and you actually have to agree to the side quest first in order to do it. So there he is. He's that guy in the white shirt and the red overalls there. Sort of like Mario, I guess. I don't know if that's what they're going for. But what you have to do is you have to come all the way down there, and there's a post box down there. So you literally have to wait until he's down there. I actually failed at it my first try, so I had to cut the video again. So here he is. You want to zoom in with your Picto Box. It's a little bit weird. And yes, it takes him a while to get down here, but you just have to wait oh so patiently and then take the picture right as he's putting it in. Now this game can be pretty picky, so you do have to get it precisely. So you have to make sure that you can know what he's doing. And watch out for that old man under the tree. He's going to want to talk to you. So I'd say talk to him first just to get out of the way so he won't bombard you. And then stay in the nearby area so that he won't bombard you again. Everyone hates him, really, just because he's kind of weird and creepy. But after you've successfully taken the picture, go ahead and show it to him. I kind of forgot how to do it. You press the A. No, you don't press the A button. You press the pictograph button, and then you have to show it to him. Just whatever button you assign the pictograph to, whether it being X, Y, or Z, it doesn't matter, just as long as you show him the pictograph. And you'll know you do it right if he says, this is a finely snapped pictograph. So if he says that, that's how you know you got a good picture. And you can essentially delete the picture now. And after you're done talking to him, you can talk to him again, and then he will give you the second command. I forgot to mention there are 3 commands, by the way. And the second one, he wants us to search for the most timid man in town, or essentially on this island, because, well, can't really, there's only one town, it's just on the island. Now this one is the easiest one because there's no waiting involved, which is awesome. I'll take not waiting any day. And this guy, he will be... I sort of lost my way here a bit, but he will be in this cafe area. I don't know how I lost my way. I know this game pretty well, I'd say, but I don't really know why I took this route. This was kind of a longer route to take. That guy sitting on the stairs has his own side quest later, but that's not for right now. So this right here, you walk up these stairs and through this door, and this is essentially a cafe here. And it's a cute little place. It's nice. I like it. And he will be in here, and there's even more stairs to walk up, which I'm sure is very normal. All you have to do is just roll into it. However, that didn't work. So I thought I had to talk to him first, but you don't have to. I don't know why it didn't work though. You just have to roll, and you'll know he does it whenever he's like... he has this paranoid stance to him, really. You just have to capture a picture, and if he stops, all you have to do is just roll into it again. This is easy. You can't really fail this one. Well, I mean, you can't really fail all of them. You just have to wait. Even the waiting ones, you just have to wait for the cycle to happen again. Alright, I sort of lost my way here again. Just look for the door that has the picto box above it, and that's how you know that that's where he is. So now that I have this picture, I'm going to go ahead and bring it to him and show it to him. I keep pressing the A button to talk to him, thinking that you have to do that first, but no, you have to press the button with your picto box assigned. In my case, it's X, whatever. So again, as you can see, I did it right the first time. Well, I didn't do it the first time, but I still did it right regardless. And this last one, I hate to tell you this, but it's another waiting one, and a little bit frustrating. So we have to take a picture of this one guy who's very much interested in this one girl, although he's pretty secretive about it. I don't know if he's probably shy or just doesn't know what he wants to do yet, but we have to take a picture of this guy. His name is Anton, and he's interested in this girl wearing this orange dress. I believe her name is Linda, pretty sure, but that's not important. I'll show you where it is, and again, I failed it my first time, so I had to cut the recording, which is pretty annoying for me, but I still managed to eventually get it done. And now this is a waiting one, but it's not as long as the Garrickson one. So there she is over there. You might have saw her. There she is over there. She's just kind of standing there. If you talk to her, she's going to ask you your opinion about her outfit because, well, they are secretly into each other, but not sure about how they're going to communicate. So, yeah, later on it will be our job to coax them into getting together. So yeah, there she is right there. And we have to wait for Anton to come up and then just look at her. Now you gotta hurry up and take the picture because it'll only happen in like a few seconds, and the killer bees are probably gonna get in your way. And yes, if they get in your way, it can mess up your picture. So here's Anton right here. He's gonna walk ever so slowly around, and here I cut the video again. So if we wait oh so patiently, here he is. And those killer bees, they're gonna walk around you and probably move you out of the way a little bit. Now you gotta be really careful with this one because I actually failed at my first try. So that will be successful. Just make sure they're looking at each other. And although it is horrible quality, he's not too picky with it, but it is essentially just fine. Now that I've got those done, go ahead and show it to him. And then you have successfully passed all 3 of his commands, and he will take the pictograph off of you. And that concludes this side quest. Like I said, it is completely optional to beat the game. Even for 100%ing, it just gives you a joy pendant, like I said, but joy pendants are kind of rare to come by. Well, depending on where you are, they're kind of rare to come by. But they are for one particular side quest, so I will be doing that in a minute. So now that we are finally done with him, he will consider you his personal assistant. So that's pretty nice. So all you have to do is just leave, and then, well, I cut the video here again because this is the original footage I used to record the video. Alright, so now what you want to do, a couple more side quests. Not sure what I was doing here. I was sort of losing my train of thought of things. There are a few more side quests to do here before we can actually leave. I mean, I think it's safe to say for you to leave now. I think what I was doing is I was scavenging for rupees here, whatever, to try the minigame again. But then I think I decided against it. There's that blue rupee again. I will say it's really nice to have these side quests out of the way. What you want to do is you come into this door here. This is more of a main quest thing than a side quest, I guess. So in here, I tried using the C-stick, and we see someone in jail. Now, if any of you have played Majora's Mask, this character might look familiar to you. This is Tingle, and he's one of the weirdest, dopiest characters in Zelda. He's only in 2 games. He's in Majora's Mask, and he's also in the Wind Waker. He's pretty goofy. Essentially, he's a 35-year-old man who thinks he's a fairy. So, yeah, he's pretty messed up in the head there. I wouldn't go as far as say he's mentally ill, but he's just a little strange. Now, he seems to be in prison here, and he asks you to rescue him, so all you have to do is just step on the switch. You don't have to place a jar onto it. You just have to step on it, and then he'll come wobbling out, as you can hear the goofy sound effect of him walking. And he'll be super thankful to you for getting him out, and he will give you something. And he's still got the confetti. Anyway, he will give you the Tingle Tuner here, which is only in the GameCube version of the game. If you're playing the HD version of the game, he will actually give you something else. I don't remember quite what it is because I've only played through the HD version one time, so I'm a little bit rusty there. I know the GameCube version a lot better than the HD version. Essentially they're the exact same, really. This walkthrough, like I said, should work for both versions. I just thought that the GameCube version had more stuff in it, so that's why I chose to do it. He will also give you Tingle's chart, which will allow you to find his island. So if you were to open up your map subscreen, you can, while you're on the ship that is, because obviously if you do it here, it'll only show Windfall Island, I'm sure. It may not, it really depends, I'm just kind of rusty on it right now. Anyway. Now that we're done here, you could just leave, but there's actually something to get here. So if you push this box out of the way, and if you crawl through this under this table, you can get a quick 5 rupees, which is pretty nice. So just hold down R to crouch, or ZR if you're playing the HD version. And this is kind of a pattern here. I like to go into first person mode. You just have to tilt the C stick up, or push down the right analog stick if you're playing the HD version. Now this is sort of a maze and kind of complicated, but eventually you should get it. I just say watch out, because if you look ahead of me, you see there seemingly is a rat, and it's got something, and if you stand on that, then the rat will pull a trigger and it will send you back to where your ship was. And I actually do that to leave just for a quick exit. But as you can see here, I found the little room here. Now this room, there are a lot of theories about it and what it does. So, oh, and I forgot to mention, you have to do this before you do the pictograph box side quest, because I forgot that I didn't have the pictograph box yet, because those are 2 separate recordings that I did. There are a lot of skulls in here, and you can't use your sword in here because this is still technically inside of a building, and it doesn't let you use your sword inside of a building, so you literally have to smash them all manually by hand. So in this chest is the Picto Box. I'm very sorry for not explaining that earlier. You'll probably be confused, like, wait a second, why can't I do the Picto Box side quest? So I apologize for any confusion, but there it is. Now you can read these stones. They have engravings on them, and it basically tells Tingle's stories of what he's been doing and how he's been getting that Picto Box. And there are a lot of theories toward these stones. A lot of theories saying that he killed people and he stole the Picto Box, which he did admit he did steal this Picto Box. He stole it from somewhere. What that was or where he stole it from is unknown, but yeah, there are a lot of theories about this. So the reason for him being in prison is most likely because of murder and robbery. So maybe Tingle's not as innocent as we thought. So I'm gonna show you what this does. Like I said, I did it just to get a quick way out of here, and I do this every playthrough as well, just because I don't feel like crawling through the entire thing again. And it will plop you right down here to where the King of Red Lions is, and he will tell you that, hey, let's go ahead and sail. However, though, I'm not going to be sailing right now, even though I selected yes. I'm not going to be sailing right now just because there's still another side quest for us to do here on this island. So just pay attention, just be careful. I will go ahead and do that side quest. And from there, then you can go ahead and sail. Also, my pieces of heart will probably be different than what it was a few minutes ago, because I did those side quests after I recorded the normal footage for this. I just came back and did them, just because I could not do it while I'm recording, because I was on a bit of a time limit, and I sort of am now, but I can go ahead and do the other ones now. I forget what I was doing there. I don't know if I lost my train of thought or just trying to do something else. But you come into this door here. It's got this weird looking chalkboard next to it. And this right here looks very much like a school. So this right here is Mrs. Marie's School of Joy, and she has her own side quest of her own where there's 4 boys outside, and they're sort of like in their own gang, clan, group, or clique, or whatever it is that you want to call it. And they're known as the Killer Bees, and I just think that's absolutely ridiculous, but they are supposed to be students of this school, but they are skipping, and you know, they're being rebellious, and they want to do their own thing. They want to be cool. They want to be part of a gang. So it is essentially our job to essentially coax them to going back to school and help them find joy within their hearts. You know, I think everyone needs joy within their hearts, right? So essentially, to start this, you have to talk to the leader, whose name is Ivan, or Ivan. I'm not quite sure how to say it. I'm guessing it's Ivan, and that's not him. He's got the hat on, he's got the blue vest. Yeah! Yeah. That's one iconic sound for this game. If you don't know any other sounds from this game, I expect you to know that one, just because, I don't know, it's just sort of funny, I think. And so he's gonna be like, oh, did you tell Mrs. Marie that we need to go to school? And essentially they're going to challenge you to a hide-and-seek / tag competition to determine whether or not if you're cool enough, because being cool is all that matters when you're a kid, apparently. Yeah. Essentially, as you grow up in life, you'll learn out that you don't care about being cool anymore. So that's all I'm going to say with that. Now, he says it's hide-and-seek, but it's a little bit of hide-and-seek and tag. So if any of you played Majora's Mask and you've had to hunt the 5 Bomber Children, which is the name of their group, it's essentially this thing where you have to catch them after finding them. So as you can see, this first one is here, and he's gonna hide and make a really savage jump across there, down there. Don't know how he does it, because those legs are smaller than the rest of his body, so you have to just roll into him. Alright, so that's the first out of 4 of them. It's also worth mentioning there is no time limit to this, by the way. If you've played the Majora's Mask one, there is a time limit, but this one does not have it, so be very careful when coming down here. It's a little hard to control Link. So, we come on here. They are okay at hiding. They could probably do a better job, but you're not just going to see them out in the open. What you have to do is you have to roll into this tree, I ran away because I didn't want the old guy to talk to me, because he's annoying. You have to roll into this tree, and then Ivan will be at the top. How he got up there is beyond me, but he got up there somehow. And yeah, be very careful not to talk to that old guy. Now this guy, I chased around for a bit, and these can be hard. You have to roll and touch them, and then that will count as tagging them, really, because you see, this is the part that's like tag. As you can see, I managed to get him right near the other one somehow. He'll just kind of run around randomly. There is no pattern to it. He'll just try to avoid you. And these kids are surprisingly fast, and I don't know, they represent kids in real life. They just have all this energy. You don't even know where it comes from or how they get it. You just know that they have it, and yeah, they're determined. And all these high jumps, I don't know how they're doing it and not injuring themselves, because they're so small. They're so tiny. Alright, now this is one of the harder ones to get, just because there's a huge open area. I managed to get him pretty quickly though, so I got kind of lucky there. However, the fourth one, I think I spent a few minutes trying to chase down. He's just a little stinker, and he's just really irritating. Right here you can jump. The game will ask you to sidle across like we were at the Forsaken Fortress, but you don't actually have to do that. You can just roll and jump if you get a good enough start. You'll land in the water if you fail, and you'll have to swim all the way toward the little beach there, the shore, and then you'll have to climb out. So, now this one took me a few minutes. You can just watch me doing it here, and I accidentally talked to those little girls there a couple times, which I didn't mean to do, and I tried to avoid it, but yeah, see, I did it by accident. Yeah, this guy took me a few minutes. As you can see, I got pretty close there. I almost got him, but he just runs around here. I think this one is the hardest one to get. If you manage to get him faster than I do, hey, you're pretty good, because I hate this side quest. But I will certainly take it over that cannonball minigame that you play, just because I hate it. And the King of Red Lions is going to be seeing out of the corner of his eye that I'm playing tag, and yeah, he's totally going to be happy. The hero of time is going to be playing tag. You know, isn't that just exciting? So, oh my goodness, as you can see, okay, I eventually got him, and then that will trigger the end of the side quest. And so, now that we found all 4 of these kids, they will go ahead and give us something and congratulate us for being the hide and seek master. When I keep saying it's really more like tag after you find them, but anyways, there is no particular order into catching them. You just have to catch all of them, and they will give you a piece of heart. I don't know how many pieces of... We should be at 2 or 3 at this point. 1 in the Forsaken Fortress, and then 2 here on Windfall. In the next episode, I will be getting a 4th one. But for now, to finish the side quest off, you have to go back into Mrs. Marie's School of Joy and let them know that they're sorry for skipping out and for being rebellious. Now, there's still one more part of this side quest. You have to go back and let them know that you apologize, and essentially Mrs. Marie here is going to give you her paycheck, which I feel pretty bad because teachers don't earn a lot. So I feel a little bad taking from it. But it's a video game, so it's clearly that she's able to sustain herself somehow. Anyway, so once you do that, it'll trigger some sort of mini cutscene where Link slowly walks to them, and then he'll just let you know that he apologized for them. And then they'll remember that her birthday is coming up, and they'll think, oh, maybe we should get her a present. But then Ivan is just thinking, as you can see, don't be an idiot. We're the killer bees now. We're not teachers' pets. So they're gonna mention something about a joy pendant. In the other clip, as you can see, I already collected one from the pictograph quest. So they're gonna suggest that you actually roll into a tree, because during this real time of recording, I didn't actually do the pictograph quest yet. I just cut out and did it later just because I knew it would take time. So, in case if you did not do the pictograph quest, oh, I didn't mean to talk to Anton here. In case if you didn't do the pictograph quest, there is a joy pendant in this tree next to the bomb shop here. And that's what that is, that's the bomb shop. So roll into it, and then a joy pendant will fall out. So I've got a few of these now, and the joy pendants, they'll be stored in your spoils bag. If you remember back in the second episode, I got the spoils bag, and I've used that ever since. So now that they're done, as you can see, we'll go ahead and we have to give it to Mrs. Marie, and then eventually he's going to confess that, yeah, we put that in the tree, just so that you could, I don't know. I don't really understand a lot of these characters most of the time, but now that we are done with the side quest here, you can give it to Mrs. Marie, and essentially this will end off the entire Windfall Island side quest. There's more stuff to do here in the future though, but for now, this is everything that you can do right now. I sort of lost my way there, so there it is. There are 3 doors, and although they each have something to differentiate what they are, I still think they're just kind of laid out poorly. So, I accidentally spoke to her and I thought that that's how you give her the joy pendant, and I forgot you actually have to open up your inventory by pressing start. And then you go to the spoils bag and then you equip it to Y. So you just hand it to her. I happen to have quite a few, and she's gonna get all excited and say, "Oh, I love jewelry above all else." Yeah, she literally says that, so I find that a bit strange. But whatever, it's a game. I don't know if they were trying to be offensive or not. I like to assume that they weren't, or they're just assuming to be goofy, just because this game's really good at doing that. It's a very goofy, silly game, really. But it's epic and wonderful. I love it, you know. She'll give you more of her paycheck here. I just feel really bad taking money from somebody else, but she's clearly able to sustain herself, so I guess it doesn't matter. And so that concludes all of the side quests here. Like I said, you can just buy the sale and then skip to the end of this video where we leave. Now that guy sitting on the stairs has a side quest of his own later on, but I'll be finishing off here. So join me for the next video where we will be sailing off to our next destination here. Now, the King of Red Lions will give you the speech if you haven't spoke to him already. I already did. So I will be seeing you guys in the next video.